Right guys, I am making today, well it's just a last minute thing, Sunday afternoon. So I forged, this is some different knives that I'd forged out the other day. And one of them, using a new type of steel, it's a real high carbon steel, it's turned out quite nice, the blade. So I've done a clay quench on this one. You might be able to see a bit of it there in the blade. But it's given it a horrendous warp. So if I hold it here, you can really see it's pretty bad. Can we see it there? Yeah, so zoom in. Yeah. So I was chatting to a guy on YouTube. It's called Loz Harrop, makes some knives. It's not something I'm looking to get into. Obviously, I'm just doing these, the odd few. And he said, obviously, you can temper it as many times as you want. So I'm just making a really simple jig. For when I temper it, I can overstretch it. I mean, it'll just be a bit of a trial by error kind of thing. And all I'm doing is a real simple jig. Just practice a bit of TIG welding as well. I'm doing two of these, obviously. I'm just tapping all these holes along it. I've got some M6 cap heads. If it's going to focus. So basically, once I've made my blades, I can just add this on here. Come on. One either side. So you can imagine there's going to be one like that. One like that. Put the blade in, and then you can just put your bolts in through it. And pinch, obviously, as and where you need to. So say if you've got it there, you know, apply pressure on wherever you need to on the bolts to straighten it out or overstretch it, or overbend it, sorry, and then put it in the temper. Hopefully it'll take the, relax it and take the bend out of it. So we'll see how we get on anyway. So I'm just tapping these, which you don't need to see because that's pretty mundane stuff. And then I'm going to practice some more TIG welding and TIG it together. And then hopefully, when it's done, throw it in the tempering oven. I'm next at the forge and have a go at seeing if I can get that bend out of it. Or at least get the majority of it out. Nice to save this knife and do something with it. This little kitchen knife. So yeah, shall we get on? Alright guys, so that's welded up now with the TIG. Obviously I'm welding 10 years or so, stick and MIG. TIG is sort of something I picked up myself, so yeah, it's not the greatest, but they're okay. I mean, it's not going to snap. Just a bit more practice, I guess. And it obviously is upside down. It's just a little bit warm now. Just flip it over. Right, so that's the jig, if that makes sense. It's really simple. Ideally, I should have done these offset, but I suppose it can just go wherever they want to go now with the bolts. So I'll do a little demonstration of it with this bent knife I've got lying around. So I'll just let it cool off, give it a wire brush, and then set it up for you. Okay, so we're fully welded, and yeah, there's not much to it really. As you can see, you can just obviously apply pressure where you need to. You can see down there now, the knife's nice and straight. Now I don't know if I need to overbend it. You know, obviously where the curve's so prominent, obviously from the quench. Whether I need to overstretch it and temper it, or whether then, obviously because it'll be relieving the stress of the steel, it'll then relax, bent the opposite way, if that makes sense. So what I think I'll do with the first one is I'll try, it says nice and straight, so what I think I'll do is I'll try tempering it fully straight and then see how we get on. But it's just a nice, real simple jig. It's a nice little project to obviously practice me TIG welding. So that's all tigged up there. You know, it's not ideal, but it's good to do it every now and then. Did have a bit of obviously inclusion or something here, a bit of porosity. I'm sure that's my doing, not the welders. I did clean it down, earthed it, clamped directly onto the steel, washed it all with thinners beforehand, wiped it down. But anyway, that's a nice little simple project that hopefully will come in handy at the forge, and it'll obviously fit in a little tempering oven. So to any of you guys want to make one, yeah, give it a go. Unless you can think of a better idea, you know, stick it in the comments or link me someone who's done one. But hopefully this should do the job.